Hey boys and girls, I have a fun challenge for you today. We've been talking quite a bit about different types of lines in art, and I thought, why not make or design a roller coaster using all those different types of lines? Let me show you how to do it. So first you're going to start with a very loose, free flowing line. This will be the overall shape of your roller coaster or the track. And you can choose to have your roller coaster fit on the page, or you can have your roller coaster running off the page. It is totally up to you. I will show you one way, which is making it so it fits on the page. So I'm going to use a pencil to sketch this out first. I will go over it later with Sharpie once I'm happy with my lines and all my details, but before that we need to do it in pencil. I'm going to use my Sharpie first so I can draw it quickly so you can see my lines extra dark, but I'm taking a risk, so don't do what I do. Okay, here we go. With my pencil, I'm going to start making a line, and I'm going to make a line that goes up high on my page, making some hills and bumps. And I think I want it to do a big loop-de-loop, maybe one extra hill, and then connect to itself. So this roller coaster is all on my page. It fits within the edges of the paper. Like I said, if you want to make your roller coaster going off the side, you can start it on the edge, make it go all around the paper, and then end it on another edge. It doesn't have to be the same edge. It can be the opposite side, up to you. But we do need to make it a track. So to do that, we're going to make a parallel line right next to the first line we drew. And I'm trying to keep the thickness of that line pretty consistent throughout so it doesn't all of a sudden get thick in one area and really thin in another. So to do that, I must go slow and take my time and watch where I'm going. Notice I just crossed right over that overlapping line. That is okay in this case because I'm planning on adding track lines to my roller coaster. So these eventually will disguise themselves once I start adding short little lines for the track. Let's start adding those in now. So I'm using my marker now to add short little lines inside of that parallel track that I just created. This might take a minute. Once you've filled in your entire track, we can start adding some support beams. Support beams are going to go behind your roller coaster to hold up the hills and the bumps and all the loops. So without that, your roller coaster would just be floating out in space. That'd be really cool, but not very realistic. So once I've done all these, I'm going to start adding some vertical beams or supports to hold up my roller coaster. I'm going to make one that goes under this arch, and I am going to draw it and have it stop when it hits the other part of my roller coaster, skip over, and continue. I'm going to make another beam doing the same thing, stop, skip over, continue. Oh, stop again. Skip over, continue. I don't want to cross over any of my roller coaster because this is supposed to look like it's behind. To make these extra sturdy, I need to double up that line. So I'm adding a second line parallel to that other beam that I just drew. And skip over, skip over, skip over, skip over. Let's close those off on the bottom so they're standing little feet. Let's add two more over here. Straight down vertical, stop, skip over. Straight down vertically, stop, skip over, and close it. Straight down, stop, skip. Vertical, straight down, stop, skip. I think it needs a little support over here because I'm not sure how this is going to be holding itself up if it's just floating in the air. So it's straight down. No lines crossing over here, so I don't have to worry about stopping or skipping over. I do need to add some support bars in between these two posts. So what I'm going to do is make an X with a diagonal line like so, and another diagonal line, but this one is going to skip over. See how I did that? Makes it look like it's overlapping. And I'm going to make another diagonal parallel line. Whoop, whoop. And make another one. Skip over, continue. Skip over, continue. I'm going to fill the entire roller coaster of support beams. Ooh, there's a lot of overlapping there. If it gets tricky, just do your best. It does not need to be perfect or exact. Just try your best. There's a lot of hidden support beams here, but I am just adding them where I feel like they are needed. Okay, once I've added all my support beams, I need to start thinking about adding other details to my picture, like perhaps maybe there are some festival or carnival details, like a hot dog stand. Maybe there's a cotton candy stand. Perhaps there's an entertainer or a clown, or maybe a hot air balloon in the background. Whatever you think you would see in an entertainment park, we can start adding in those details. I think I need to, before I do that, I'm going to add a sign to name my roller coaster. What should this roller coaster be named? It looks like it's not that daring of a roller coaster. Maybe I call it something sweet, like this one I called Adventureland. Pretty cute, pretty simple. You can make it something like the Demon Coaster, or whatever you would like your roller coaster to be, and give it a fun name up at the top. Let's add some more details. Adding these track marks and lines on my roller coaster take a long time, but look at that. With some persistence, I have finished. So I'm going to add a ground, because right now my roller coaster is just floating in the middle of my paper. I'm going to draw some lines to show the ground beneath it, and add in my roller coaster. Let's put them right here on the curve. I'm going to draw some rectangles to look like the little roller coaster cart. A couple over here. Maybe I'll add 4 or so. Here's the front of it. And some little wheels so it looks like it's on the track. I could even put some little people in there with their arms up saying whoop whoop. They look like they're having fun. I could even show some lines to show that the roller coaster is moving. Shoosh. I could add a second roller coaster. Sometimes your roller coasters that are really big have 2 active roller coasters going on the track at the same time. You can add as many as you'd like to. Maybe some details in the sky, like some clouds or a sun. Maybe there's a little balloon, like I said, that's flying away. Maybe a little kid let go of it and the wind took it. Sad balloon flying away. Maybe there's a little ice cream stand over here. Add some details to it. A little window to pick up your ice cream. Maybe a little sign above that tells you how much your ice cream is. So ice cream for maybe, let's make it $1. That's a fair price. And I'll draw a little ice cream cone on the side. So you have all the freedoms to make any details you want in your roller coaster park, but pack it full of as many details as you can. You can get down really detailed and add like little screws inside of these beams where the supports are holding up your heavy roller coaster. All right, friends, when you're done, you can color it with markers and crayons and make it so colorful. Don't forget to color in the background and the ground and all those awesome details you've put in there. I hope you guys have fun with this one. See you later.